What's going on, guys? My name is Chongo. I am a creator, a producer, a great guy all around. I don't know. Anyway, real quick, I want to talk about a 4-part series I'm working on called I Am a Creative. The goal was to interview a couple creators, 4 to be exact, and just talk to them about their creative process.
Elton.
Hey Jessica.
How's it going?
Pretty good, on yourself?
Good, thank you.
Beautiful.
What's going on?
Just enjoying life with everything that it has to offer.
Awesome. So tell us about yourself. Who is Eltizo?
Well, Elton is a young 25-year-old who was born and raised in Cameroon and came in this country at the age of 14. And my dad was a hard worker, so he was able to get all the family up here, and we just came up here, made a living, and to this day we're still together as a family.
Nice. Do you speak French?
Oui, je parle français.
Fabulous. What does being a creative mean to you?
Oh wow. Being a creative to me personally is, literally just not seeing things from a general perspective, but literally looking at things from a different perspective. Like I can take a glass, for example, and you might just think it's a glass, but I see something totally different in that glass. So it's just having a different mindset and just really trying to see an object, from an artistic perspective.
Okay. So from what we understand, you are into photography, videography, ministering, bands. Why would you say you pick all of these, and which one would you say is more important to you, or you're more passionate about, I should say?
So I'm passionate. I love videography because I'm a big storyteller. Like, just being able to narrate a story from start to finish, whether it's a sad moment or what led up to the sad moment is something that I'm definitely passionate about. And I believe that we all have a story, and the story that needs to be told. So when I had the idea of, getting into video and wanting to tell people's story, for me, it was being an encouragement to other people, because I believe that my story can inspire you as well, just like yours can inspire me too. And when it came to picture taking, it's just being capturing moments. Like, I want to be able to capture moments of my nephew, for example, and show it to him 20 years from now and say that was you. So just being able to capture pictures and truly being in the moment and just forgetting about what is around me. It's what drew me to photography. And the ministry was something that I really never saw myself, but once I got serious, my last year of high school, and like the Lord just called me, like, you have to be intentional with me now. And then I received it, and from there it's just been a working journey till now.
So what would you say makes you different, except for obviously being a 25-year-old black minister in the United States?
Oh wow. I think what makes me different is my approach to everything. Mm-hmm. It's just the way I attack, whatever, comes my way. And that's one thing that everybody has told me about. It's like, the way you do things is totally different. I mean, because I try to look at it from two perspectives, the person who is coming at me and the way I will react. Because I definitely believe in, treating people the way you would like to be treated. So that's one thing that definitely separates me from a lot of people.
Great. How important would you say a support system is to creatives?
Oh, wow. A support system is definitely huge. It's like, just having extra people, just to be able to push you forward, for me, it goes a long way, because some days you might lack the passion or the drive to even want to keep doing what you're doing, but just having that tap on your shoulder, say, hey, you got this, it's gonna be okay, keep pushing, it goes a long way for me.
Who is that tap on your shoulder?
Ooh, so definitely my family, definitely, big supportive, they try to send me texts, encourage me, give me calls. My church is a big support too, the youth around, inspire me every single time. You can do this, you got this. And my friends around, because I try to surround myself with people who definitely think the same way and see things from my perspective. So, just having them, say, hey, bro, doing a good job, it goes a long way for me.
So I can see your family, obviously a straight Lake Cameroonian family, supporting ministry,
Mhm.
but how about the photography, videography side? Would you say your parents are pretty supportive of that as well?
At first, they weren't, to be honest, because it's like you have to make people believe in what you do.
Amen.
So it's like, so once I took that step, it's like, okay, I have to show them that this is for real. So the first few months, I was kind of by myself because I had to literally, just make them believe. So the first few months were really tough. I had to learn everything by myself. I had to get on YouTube, literally be intentional with this. And after a while, once they started having like a peak of the vision, then they started believing in me. Then they started, like saying, okay, cool, he's for real. And after that, it's just been encouragement till today.
Who would you say your target audience is?
I think when it comes to my audience, I don't really want to put a target. I like to keep it wide because, different age group have different stories. Like when I'm capturing my 6-year-old nephew, like his story is totally different from me capturing my brother who is 20 years old because they have two different perspectives about life. So just keeping it wide for me, it brings more depth into what everybody has to offer when it comes to storytelling.
Great. Who is your role model or someone that you look up to?
A couple people that I look up to, definitely my dad. He's a very brave man. Just making a push from Cameroon till here with nothing but literally made something out of it. To me was a big step. And having an older brother too, who was leading, constantly in everything that he did too. He's been a big role model for me too. And of course, my pastor at church, leading the way he's been doing at church, always showing us, the right from wrong and discipling us. He's been a big role model for me too as well.
Great. What is a mantra that you live by?
A mantra that I live by is, definitely practice what you preach and treat people the same way you would like to be treated.
How would you say COVID has impacted your trade, your creativity, if anything?
Oh, wow. Like when COVID hits, it was totally it was surreal because nobody saw this coming. And for me, it literally took me in a place of sadness. Sadness in a sense where I saw how much I was missing out because I was so stuck in always trying to get the next dollar, because that's how we've been trained. So when it hit, I kind of had to hit a reset and kind of assess my life. And the Lord literally took me into a resting point where I had to get intentional with other things. And it kind of gave me, the ability to be able to appreciate things that I was not appreciating in my life, like family quality time, like talking to my dad and mom way more often, and, picking up equipment that I had neglected, that I paid for it, but I never used it. So, just having that time to literally be intentional with different other things is what COVID actually opened my eyes to. What makes me passionate about ministry is just, the idea of being able to, help people. It's being able to be serving people. I believe that, one of the greatest acts that we can ever illustrate is serving, because Jesus Christ, his time on earth was all about serving, and just understanding that, there's something in me that, is needed for somebody else to be able, to get to a certain point. So in ministry was just, that doorway where I can actually go and serve, without expecting anything back, but just doing it because I willingly want to do this willingly.
Great. So being a minister, do you have any wise words to share with us that you think is apropos for this time?
I would definitely say, if you can change the heart, because the Bible says, out of the heart, everything comes out of it, then you can change your own life. So it has to be a personal decision that you have to say, okay, cool, I'm going to change. I'm going to decide to love my neighbor despite of the color of his skin, or I'm going to have a different mindset about my neighbor. So the heart is the root of all.
Great. What are 3 things that we wouldn't otherwise know about you if you didn't tell us?
Oh, wow. One thing that I always get from people is the fact that they think I'm taken. Well, I'm single, but I'm single because every time people, I have a question. What can I say on camera? Okay, so one of the most misunderstood things that people always get about me is the fact that I have multiple girls, and I'm, and like I'm taken when I'm definitely I'm not. I might have the appearance of somebody who does, but I'm not. I'm actually I'm single, and I date with intention. Like I'm intentional when I'm dating. I'm dating with a purpose. And another thing that people don't know about me is the fact that I play the guitar. I literally picked up a guitar a couple months ago. I've been learning. It's definitely fun. And another thing is the fact that I'm a single on the low. I don't really show that. Like I don't tell people, but I'm still trying to sharpen up my skills. But on the low, I can throw a little note here and there.
So 2 things.
Uh-huh.
speaking of having them in different area codes,
Mhm.
is there a Mrs. or is there a somebody right now?
Quite honest, the past relationship that I came out of, it just shows me how much I needed to work on myself. And because like relationships don't make you, they expose you. So I was exposed, and I definitely know that I have to work on certain things in my life. So after that, I just told myself, let me just take time to actually work on myself more. And if along the line God brings somebody, hey, you're more than welcome. Je m'appelle Elton, aka Eltizo, et je suis un créatif.